Do you have an interview coming up? Don't worry, we've got you covered. Here are 3 easy last-minute tips that will get you all prepared for your important interview. So even though there is only a little while before your interview, you have probably done some research about the company background, the stakeholders, the hiring manager. However, this is only a tiny bit of the game. No matter how perfect everything seems on paper, the hiring manager often has certain concerns or check boxes that they want to run through, and whether you indirectly or directly address those concerns will give you the pass or fail card at the end of the interview. So let's get to the 3 hacks that gets you stand out above the rest of the candidates pool in your interview. Tip number 1, build rapport through stories. Now imagine you're the hiring manager and you're interviewing 2 candidates, one after the other. Which one would you go for? So I understand from your job posting that team spirit is a top value for your company, and this is actually something that I highly value myself and always bring that to the team, working with my colleagues in the same department and across department. So during COVID, I was working at this medium-sized startup, and we were with a team of 5. So when COVID hit, because we were in the tech sector, there was such an exponential growth of demand in the market, and we grew our customer base actually by 250%. Now our team was still consisted of 5 account managers, and we were trying to hire a new one and go through the onboarding process for them, and it was taking a while. During the critical times where the world was trying to figure out what they're going to do, I took over the project of onboarding the 2 new hires that we had and coming up with an onboarding process that helped them get settled and be ready to actually join the team and own some of the accounts within 45 days. And that really tremendously helped us to be able to not only retain our targets for the retention that year, but actually have several additional upsell opportunities that truly impacted the revenue. But we were more than a team. We were almost like a family, especially during COVID, where us being expats and away from home countries, the flights were canceled. We really stood by each other's side and not only helped each other in the work area, but also on a personal level. And that was definitely one of the most memorable experiences that I had to connect with colleagues, and the growth that it also brought for the team, for the revenue of the company was, let's just say, it was interesting enough that the company actually got acquired the next year. Investors took interest based on the exponential growth that we had, and there came the acquisition. I will never forget those days, and not just because the kids were running around when I was trying to have a meeting, but because we truly stood by each other's side despite all the fires that everyone was trying to put out at their home base. And to me, that means a lot. It's beyond work. It's showing up. It's like the way we have it at the army, that you don't fight for law, you don't fight necessarily even for the freedom, but you fight for the guy standing next to you. And that was truly the spirit that it felt during COVID. So by creating a narrative based on real experiences you've had in form of a story, you are answering your hiring manager's question, but in a much more impactful, memorable way that stands out from all the other guys in the room. And if you've enjoyed this video so far, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button below for upcoming videos on job interview techniques, questions, and templates right on your homepage. There are a dozen more interview techniques and hacks coming up, and by subscribing to this channel, you'll make sure that they'll be right within your radar. Tip number 2, asking the right questions. when you talk to recruiters or hiring managers, what you often hear is candidates are prepared, well prepared most of the times to answer the common questions that they expect to be asked. However, what makes them stand out is oftentimes not only their answers, but also their questions. Because it's interesting, I've been on the other side, I've been a hiring manager many times, interviewing candidates, and one of the most common mistakes that I see people make is showing up with all the answers rehearsed and well prepared, but asking no question. Just as much as the hiring manager is interviewing you, you are also interviewing the hiring manager. Because you have options. You know, people are out there seeking you, wanting your expertise as a part of your team, and you're getting offers, left and right, ideally. Or that's what we want them to think. Perhaps you had an offer last month, and so when you have options, how do you gauge which one you go for? You ask questions, right? You want to choose them. It's not just them choosing you. It's like how a balanced date looks like, You want to get to know each other and see if you have a click, if you match. And it's not just one person, gauging the other person. Ideally, it goes both ways. So what makes for an ideal, impactful question? It's a question that has the perfect balance of curiosity about how their vision plays out, and also perspective into how you know enough about that topic that you can actually be their partner in crime and add more input into that picture. So you are a team, or you can be a team that builds together, and you would like to understand what they currently have, who owns the ball, what's the speed, where in the field they are, so you can be someone they can pass the ball to and takes it forward on the field. So again, back to tip number 1, whatever you would like to share about your experience, turning into a story that leaves a mark. And tip number 2, prepare 3 to 5 good questions, just like you are interviewing them as much as they're interviewing you. Now, tip number 3, turn your weaknesses around into a strength. Regarding the questions that you are going to be asked, if not in all your interviews, but most of them, is what is your biggest weakness? It probes you to show humility and awareness to the fact that none of us is perfect, right? We all have blind spots, we all have areas that we know we need to improve, and how aware we are about them and are ready to own them says a lot. Because if someone knows their weaknesses and they're trying to strengthen them, that already goes a long way compared to someone who thinks they're perfect, thinks they're a know-it-all, or just refuses to acknowledge or try to improve them. So you see, linking the so-called weakness that could come across from your resume to a strength, and have this story in mind that you can say to clarify and bridge what could come across a weakness and turn it around into a strength and leave a great impression, because everyone knows it's easy to be all positive and all shiny, but we always tend to remember more people who we didn't like first, or we thought they were not so impressive, and then they surprised us, don't we? If you haven't done already, make sure to hit the subscribe and like button below for more upcoming videos on how to bring your A game to your next job interview. Also, if you know a friend who's also job hunting, make sure to share this video with them so they can also prepare before their important talk and be on their best game. Thanks for watching today, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.